Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 2nd. This week, you start with this peace card and this exchanging gifts card. I feel right away that it could be a much more peaceful week, and that's nice. You also have the Empress, so peace and the Empress go hand in hand. You know, the Empress can represent your inner peace or creating more peace in your life. So that might be a good idea for you at this time. I do feel that there could be love coming in for you. This has been a really good year for love for you, Capricorn. Again, you have to do something to get it. So you have to leave the house. You have to put yourself online. You have to actually open your mouth and go talk to people. Nothing just magically happens. So I would say get out there. I get tons of comments from people that are like, you said love was coming and I'm still waiting. You answered your own question right there. You said that you are, what are you waiting for? You can go and get it right now. So I have no sympathy, right? There are people all over the place that you go talk to. But again, you have this peace in exchanging gifts card. I would, say that some of you, I kind of feel like you're getting a gift this week, especially also not just love, but also in your finances. You end with the Nine of Pentacles, and I do feel like the Nine of Pentacles could be like a financial improvement that's happening for you. Again, I think that things are far from perfect, right? For Capricorn financially. But what I would say is I do feel that you could start noticing improvements. I think the first improvement that Capricorn will notice over the next few years, and I think we've talked about this before, but just looking at your astrology, I would say being able to put work into something and actually get a result in the first place, that's probably one of the biggest improvements. I think that, for many years, Capricorn, it's like you put work into something and either it makes no money at all, or you get no result at all, or you'd get a good result, but then go backwards. Right? So I think that's been a challenge for Capricorn for a little bit of time now. You have the Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the Death card. The Queen of Swords is about seeing things clearly. She has her back to the past in the reading, and she is looking forward into the future, and she also only has clouds halfway up her body, so it kind of represents the fact that she is seeing things clearly for the first time, and so I think you're gaining a lot of clarity in your life. Next, you have the Empress. It doesn't matter what gender you are. I think you're very attractive at this time, Capricorn. You have the Two of Cups, and I feel that someone finds you attractive. So there definitely could be a new connection. I feel like someone has their eye on you. We have the Page of Swords. I wouldn't really say that this person is spying on you. I don't really get that feeling intuitively. It's like maybe they've peeped your Instagram or your Facebook or something like that, but I don't get spying energy off of this person. I just think that the Page of Swords is saying that you have caught someone's interest. So especially if you're looking for love, that could be a good thing. You have the Death card. The Death card can, of course, represent a transformation. And the Death card has the two pillars from the moon right here, and the sun is coming up between those two pillars. Sometimes I feel that the Death card can say that you are leaving a moon period behind and you're stepping into a sun period, and a sun period would be a period of much more clarity, understanding what you need to do in life to get ahead in all areas of your life, and I feel that could be the transformation that's happening. Kind of something that confirms this is that we go up to the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you and, hopefully walking towards fulfillment. I always say that we don't really know what the Eight of Cups is walking towards. You could say the Nine of Cups, but that might not be true. So the Eight of Cups is walking away from something because he just knows that it's not fulfilling for him, and he needs to go find fulfillment. So he is kind of on this journey. He's not willing to settle for something that is not fulfilling him. And I feel that you now have the clarity to not settle on things that don't fulfill you. You have the Hangman. The Hangman is about gaining a new perspective. A lot of Hangman energy this week in the readings. So, obviously we're after the retrograde. We're kind of getting past the shadow soon enough as well. And, it always makes sense to me when we get these cards of clarity and also the Hangman after a retrograde, because it's after the retrograde, we get all the answers that we were looking for during the retrograde. So I kind of just feel that this is talking about, the clarity. With the Empress, you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups would be like a very playful, childlike connection. So again, if you are attracting love, this could be like a true soulmate that you're attracting into your life. I also consider the Six of Cups to be a gift card, and your very first card is that exchanging gifts card. Usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning, we've been bumping up against an obstacle for a certain period of time, and now that obstacle has been removed. Just like I said, it's like I feel like Capricorn is used to the yo-yo. I'm pretty sure I've said that to you before, where it's like you go up, then you go down. You're kind of like yo-yoing back and forth. And so I feel for a lot of you, this is you kind of like getting rid of whatever has blocked you. With the Death card, you have the King of Swords. Yeah, I think that, the difficulties that you've been through have at least provided you with a lot of like knowledge and wisdom. So, he is a card of knowledge and wisdom, and this wisdom is going to help you find success. You do also have the King and Queen of Swords in the reading. I am not the biggest fan of the King and Queen of Swords because they are two people who do not see eye to eye in the reading. But I kind of do feel that, for some of you, I get like kind of like two stories here. For some of you, I feel that it's like you're interested in a person, they're also interested in you, but it's like neither one of you has a clue that the other one is interested. So it's like someone needs to open up their mouth here, right, and say something. For others, I feel like this is a person you just haven't even met yet, and I feel it's just saying like you just haven't talked to this person yet. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Trust card and this Impulse card. I do feel like there could be, like, especially if this is communication from a person in love, I feel it could be like a little bit impulsive and, kind of show up out of the blue. And I feel like this Trust card is saying, trust that, this is the right direction. Maybe you've been hurt in the past and, maybe you're a little bit afraid to open up, but I feel like this is saying it's okay for you to, take your time and to open up to something new. The other thing I get here with the Page of Swords, like I said, could be a person who has their eye on you. You have the Page of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Page of Swords, like I said, could be a person looking at you, but I also feel that some of you could be making a little bit of an impulsive decision. You have that Eight of Cups to walk away from something that is not working. Here's the thing that's popping into my head for you, Capricorn, is you have the Seven of Swords, and Seven of Swords is really not a bad card. As I always say, golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. So, most people read it as lying, cheating, stealing, which it can represent that, but, the way I read, I look at all the cards that are in the reading, and none of the surrounding cards for the Seven of Swords are negative, right? Now, if we had like the Devil, the Magician, and like the Tower, then I would say this is a liar or this is something that you shouldn't trust, right? But the Seven of Swords to me is a card of tactics, and so I feel like you could be walking away from something like work or business related with that Eight of Cups, where it's like the right way to do things, but maybe you belong to a group, or maybe you're working on a project where they're not willing to let you do things the way that you know how to do them, right? And so you could be walking away from something that just isn't working. You have the Two of Cups, and sorry, this is like a brand new deck, and it's sticking right flat to the table. But you have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups can be a perfect match. So like I said, there's clearly could be a solid connection coming in for you if you are looking for love. The Two of Cups is also a card of communication. This right here is the Staff of Hermes, and the Staff of Hermes is Mercury, which just represents communication. Obviously, if you want to get to know a person, you have to open your mouth and you have to talk to them. Sorry if no one's ever told you that before, but there you go. So I would open your mouth and talk to a person if they approach you or if there's like someone entering into your life. The Two of Cups is also you and your higher self. And I feel with the Eight of Cups in your reading that your higher self is trying to lead you towards like heaven on earth, literally. We have this, we have the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is heaven on earth, and the Eight of Cups is, again, walking away from things that no longer serve you. So I feel like your higher self is guiding you, and I would pay attention to your dreams, your daydreams, pretty much everything. You have the Seven of Swords. Like I said, Seven of Swords is a card of tactics, and Seven of Swords, he is stealing those swords from that army in the background. Kind of a funny thing that popped. I don't know that this is going to apply for all of you, obviously, so take it how it resonates, but I just get the feeling that some of you are like working on a project with a group of people, or you're working on a business or whatever, and it's like the right way to do things, but it's like other people don't see it, or again, maybe like the leader of the group doesn't see things the way that you do, but it's like your way works. And I kind of get the feeling that, going up to the Nine of Pentacles, you might end up in the future showing this person how to get something to work by like leaving and doing it on your own. So if you feel motivated to do that, I definitely feel this reading is saying that. With the Page of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm not a big fan of the Knight of Pentacles either. Knight of Pentacles is no movement. So, again, if you have a feeling that a person is interested in you, you might have to be the one to, flirt, make the first move or do something, and trust me, I get tons of comments from people that are saying, I'm a lady, I shouldn't have to make the first move. I'm like, yeah, but are you really going to, let's say this person was the love of your life. Are you going to let that stop you from finding the love of your life, right? So I always tell people, it's like, sure, like maybe there are these certain made up relationship rules, which I think are BS anyway, right? But it's like, are you really going to let that prevent you from finding the love of your life or someone who could potentially be the love of your life? I think that's a little bit silly. So I would do something, throw spitballs at them, bump into them, run them over with your car, do something, right? Because, I think something needs to like get going here. With the Two of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is your heart. And also very good for love. The Queen of Cups is all about following your heart and even outside of love. This could say that with that Eight of Cups that you're doing something that your heart is not invested in, and all the earth signs get like all this heart-based energy stuff. So I would really be listening to your heart. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Chariot. Definitely a victory. Again, your way is the right way, is what I feel like saying on that Seven of Swords. I don't feel anything other than tactics, right? I don't really feel anything about the Seven of Swords, like the traditional meaning. To me, it's just saying that you have a certain way of doing things. Other people have another way of doing things. Your way probably is the right way, but it's like time for you to prove it and you're not like telling people this is how to do it. It's not like you're proving it that way. The Chariot would represent taking control of the situation. And, let's say you're working on a project. This would represent going and doing it by yourself and proving it by, producing a result. So I kind of feel like the Chariot is saying it's time for you to like show the world what you're made of, which I'm pretty sure I've said to you before, Capricorn, by producing a result. You don't have to say anything, right? Your results will speak for themselves. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this divine intelligence. It says, to connect with your higher self, you must first create space to listen. I didn't even see that card, and you have the Two of Cups. We were talking all about connecting to your higher self, so make sure to do that. You have this path to knowledge. It says you are journeying into the realm of knowledge to assist your personal growth. And so a lot of you have been learning for a very long period of time. I've been saying since 2016 when we had Saturn in Capricorn that, it's an amazing time to learn with that Saturn in Capricorn energy. And I like to remind people that just because Saturn isn't in Capricorn anymore doesn't matter. It's going to, in 26 years or something like that, it's going to come back to Capricorn and it's going to say, did you learn over the last 30 years since the last time I was here or not, right? And so I would make sure that you pick like one new skill and you learn it because you will get the benefits. And here's the thing, you don't have to wait 30 years for the benefits. You're working with the energy right now. You will get the benefits right now, right? It's just that, if you didn't learn something, Saturn will spank you in the future. You have the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Six of Wands. The Eight of Cups is about I feel like your future self is saying that it's time to walk away from things that you're settling on. So if you feel like you are settling in some situation in your life, it could be anything, then I feel it would be a great time for you to like walk away from whatever it is. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction, and I'm pretty sure you always get this card with me as well. The Seven of Wands really says that when you know that when you really believe that you can do something and you internalize that belief, then you will do it. And, I'm a big fan of affirmations, for example, and really, is there anything magical about affirmations? Maybe, but I really feel it's just like a form of brainwashing yourself, and I'm a big fan of brainwashing myself into success, right? So I think that the Seven of Wands is about developing those beliefs and overcoming the limiting beliefs to make something happen. You have the Six of Wands, again, showing the world what you're made of, right? These people are celebrating this guy on the horse here. He is having a victory. He's been successful, and so he's being celebrated for his success. Again, there's nothing that you have to say, but I do think there are things you have to do, right? And if you do those things, if you produce a result in the world, then you will be celebrated. And again, that's what I would be doing. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Sun. Love it. Whenever we have a card of darkness, like the Eight of Cups, getting the Sun is very positive because it says that you are pretty much entering into a sun period. Like we said with the death card, I literally said that in this diagonal right here. So I feel like the sun is shining on you. I like to remind people as well that, nothing is going to be easy. I like to stress, like, trust me, I would probably get millions more views if I said, like, oh, everything is sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. It's going to be so easy. You just have to hit this easy button. It's like, why do you think weight loss pills are so popular? Because people think it's an easy button, right? But unfortunately, it's not the truth, right? So nothing is going to be easy from here until like 2033. There are going to be challenges. There's going to be work that you have to do. But if you do it, it will be worth it. And I would do it. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Six of Swords. Definitely moving on to calmer shores. And again, I think you're removing chaos. We don't really have any cards of chaos in this reading, but I just get the feeling that Eight of Cups could be a chaotic situation or something that just, takes up too much brain space. And, so here's the other thing as well. It's like sometimes I think we do things like have a side hustle or a side job, and it's like it might produce a result. It might bring us money. But I think something that people don't look at is like, what else does it do? So if you have a side hustle that makes you like an extra $100 a day, it's like, yeah, that might be worth it. But at the same time, is it stressing you out so much that you can't sleep at night? Then it's really not worth it. And I feel this Six of Swords is talking about something in your life where it kind of seems worth it, but it really isn't. And I don't know. I hope that makes sense to some of you. But again, if you're in a situation that kind of seems worth it, it's probably really not. With the Six of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is, again, showing off your work, right? Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work. He is showing the work that he has accomplished right at the top of the card. So it's an amazing time for you to show off. And again, you're not showing off with your words. You're just doing whatever you're doing. And by doing that, you're getting attention. We have the Sun right here. And the Sun is really the best card for attention. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Moonflower card. It says take a risk. You have this Domicile Moon. It says abundance on it. And so I feel that if you take a risk to do whatever you're thinking about, of course, it will create abundance in your life. You have your very first card here is very abundant. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy, and it is also a very abundant energy as well. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be creating a lot of abundance in your life with the Nine of Pentacles. And, this is really about creating heaven on earth. But, there's something I like to remind people as well. I'm reminding you of a lot today, apparently. But, this card is a card of your environment. So you can be very successful, but if you're not surrounding yourself with the right things, it's going to drag you down. And it looks to me like there is something in your environment. It could be a side hustle. I don't know. That keeps popping into my head, but it could be anything. It's like maybe you do work for one of your neighbors, or, maybe you have a relationship that is dragging you down. Whatever it is, I feel the Nine of Pentacles is saying, protect your environment at all cost. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of fulfillment and wish fulfillment. So again, there could be some sort of wish. A lot of people this week, I'm pretty sure, have had the Nine of Cups in the good stuff. So, this could be a collective energy where people are finding fulfillment or are receiving some sort of fulfillment, whatever you want to call it. And again, I would also make a wish. You have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is about wealth and building wealth. So a lot of you could be using your skills to improve your finances at this time. Both the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles have grapes behind them. Grapes represent a skill that is difficult to do in the tarot. Grapes in real life, outside of tarot, grapes require very specific conditions to grow well, right? What did I say on the Nine of Pentacles? That you really have to make sure that your environment is an environment of success. There's a million things you can do. Like I always say, like my setup in here, it used to just be a button. Now all I have to do is plug my computer in, everything's on, right? So I have removed a lot of friction. Normally I would have to turn on a bunch of stuff to get everything to turn on. It's friction. It's not a good environment, right? So by just setting it up this way, I can do one thing. I record straight to my computer now. It's all in one place. I don't have to worry about it, right? And it just removes a lot of friction. So that's just one example. It's like, but if my house was a mess, for example, that would create friction in my life. So we have to look at all aspects of our life with the Nine of Pentacles and make sure everything is, creating this positive environment so we can maintain the success. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Three of Swords. Again, in the area of the good stuff, this would be healing from a heartbreak. So a lot of you could be finishing up a healing or going through a healing. Probably why you're attracting new love, in here is because you are healing. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Page of Wands. More fun. Yeah, you have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords has this guy here has these polka dots on his cloak, and Three of Pentacles, she also has polka dots on her cloak. I think that we've said it before, Capricorn, that it would be a really good time for you to make sure that you're having more fun, that you're doing more of the things that you love to do. And with the King of Pentacles, you have the Temperance card. Temperance and the good stuff would say that you are turning your situation around, or that you are kind of like improving your situation with alchemy. We see a lot of cards of that kind of represent like abundance or manifestation, like the Empress. And I think that it would be a great week for you to practice your powers of turning one thing into another. Let's see. You have this domination card here. I actually feel pretty good about this. I feel like some of you are going to be dominating whatever it is that you do. So like if you have a job or a business, I kind of feel that you are coming out on top. You have this drama card. Every single person gets a drama card. This is Mercury in Leo, but we have Mars going retrograde in Leo at the end of the year. I always say that, for me personally, like one of my rules is that whenever we enter into a Mars retrograde year, which is technically next year, but even though it goes retrograde at the end of the year, I always avoid as drama at all cost, right? Because Mars retrograde is never good for drama. You have this Optimism card. I think Optimism is going to be your best friend. Sun, Empress, Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Creating an environment that makes you feel more optimistic would be a really good idea. Like, I've been very naughty on my diet, if you can't tell. And so like something, watching videos about the diet that I'm on, it gets me more motivated to stay on it, right? So it's like, that's how I create an environment of success and stop cheating, is that I, pay attention and, I know the things that motivate me to get back to it. And so I do more of those things. And that Optimism card says, what are your triggers? Like, how can you create an environment that puts you in the right place? And that's like just one other example. And I would do more of that stuff. You have this Fortune card. Yes, like I said, definitely a change in your fortunes. It's going to require work. You're probably going to have to do things that didn't work in the past, so you're going to have to motivate yourself past that point, right? So that's like definitely a challenge to work on, is you're probably not going to feel like doing something over again or going back to the drawing board, but that's where your fortunes are going to come from, and so I would do it. And finally, you have this Appreciation card, Nine of Pentacles. Both cards, Nine of Pentacles is gratitude and luxuries, which is basically appreciation. And the Appreciation card has this cornucopia right here, which is abundance. So I feel you could be attracting a lot of abundance by appreciating what you have, and I would do that as well. But this looks really good here, Capricorn. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.